Okay, welcome back to Heaven's Vault. Let's keep going. So we're on Elbereth. The harvest. Such as it is. Dried grass. Waiting to be taken inside. What's it for? I assume people do not eat it. Animals do. But not people. No. Nightingale, she's a beautiful ship. I'm lucky I found her. Let's go back to the ship. Just kidding. Good faith to you. Yes. How are the crops? The goddess keeps them strong, thank you. Tread softly. This way. This is the gate to the upper citadel. Mistress, there's only solid rock behind this door. I comprehend. It is a hopper. It's one of the oldest things in Elbereth. It still works amazingly. I cannot see the eye, mistress. Without a line of sight to the eye, I cannot take us inside. What is a hopper eye? The eye is a focus, mistress, nothing more. It receives and reparticulates the hopper signal. Think of it as a funnel into which sand of your being are poured. I assume this gate contains the hopper source. There must be a comparable gate fitted with an eye. And you've got a hopper with you? I carry a source, mistress. I assume you've used the gate before. Hundreds of times. Toughest, though as children we sometimes climbed down outside of its walls to say the word. What is the word, mistress? Cat kiss. Rimya, something. Nothing's happening. Most impressive, mistress. Kibnia? What just happened? The goddess's name got me through? This is the main courtyard. There are alleys leading off in all directions. Easy to get lost up here. Have you lost robots up here before, mistress? This gate's been locked as long as I can remember. The key must have been lost somewhere. And I used to climb over it.
To strangers, the cat kiss is like romance. But I'd spent 10 years tearing through his anyways. I could have found my way to Tappy's in the dark.
Tappy's place. Tappy's place isn't big, but inside is a treasure trove. Hey, hold it. Oh. But it's you. Welcome back to Elbereth, Moonflower. Give it back, Tappy. Whatever it is you took. I confess, I only really saw the robot. But friends, you know we are friends. So have no doubts. You have no doubt your precious brooch back. Mistress, do not trust this man. It's a bit late for a warning, Six. 12 years too late. I already don't trust him. You adore me instead. I prefer it that way. Now come in out of the cold. Seems as though I'll wait here, suspiciously.
Tappy's place was a little museum to junk. Pots and boxes, spoons and hooks and pocket knives.
So good to see you back in Alborith, Alea. The rivers grow dull when you're not with us.
And at the centre of it all was Tappy, grinning away like a skull in a bodysuit.
Tappy, don't flirt with me. I know perfectly well you don't mean it. But that's what makes you so enjoyable. For all the flavor but none of the hangover. So, Tappy. Who buys all this stuff of yours? Respectable people. And a few Alborith rats, too. You don't know any respectable people. No, maybe not. But they know me. Have you heard of any rumors of sights? I could use a find. You know, I did hear something out in the fields. Here, on Alborith? That was what I heard. After all, isn't where you found your pretty boat? Anyway, they say something sent one of the field workers flying through the air. This is what they say. What exactly do they say? That he hit something underground that he shouldn't have, with a scythe. Something buried. Not too far down either. Was the man hurt? Oh, I should think so. He was taken straight back to the market, though. Didn't hurt another scrap. Some jobs you can't do with a broken arm, which are no good for plowing. One of the laborers from the market. That's right. What is out there? I'd take a look myself, but I tend to attract attention when I go outside for walks. But no one's gonna get trouble from you. You're from Iox. I'm from Alborith. People from Alborith don't have robot servants, my sweet. Be careful you don't get zapped yourself, of course. Let me slow down the text a bit. I tend not to attack my finds with scythes. No doubt. Found a few items you might be interested in. Oh, yes? An Emperor period book covered in unreadable scrawl. Fair, if not exemplary. Ah, well, I should be able to shift it, but not for much. I have something of a similar period, I think. Yes, this is it. A curved sword embossed with the eagle and sun. The middle of the blade has been etched with glyphs, too. This one is a phrase run together. They all are, aren't they? God with death. Doesn't feel right. Death for follow. So my translation for follow is off. But I can add my translation for to my dictionary now. And I think death must be right. Hopefully I can make some better guesses for the rest of this. Pray for quick death. Sounds grim enough. You don't really need an inscription to know what a sword is for. I'd say this comes from the same site as the book and the page I found earlier. This will make the moon depicted in Emperor's wall mural easier to locate. So you've inspected the goods. The sword for your book covered in readable scrawl? Nah. Thank you for letting me see it, but no. Something else, perhaps another time. There. If there's more, let me look at it another time. Check out this crown. What do you make of this? It's like the crown of the Emperor. Take that, biatch. By the stars and all the fishes. I did not know you cared. Would you like to move in? You can have my room. I'll sleep down here. I sleep down here anyway. Look at this beauty. I'm not giving it to you. Yes, you are. You just don't know it yet. I simply not told you which price you can't say no, but I will. So it really is valuable. You hold on to it safely. I'll make you an offer, you'll see. I'm a very trustworthy curator, you understand. You should see some of the wonderful things I look after. Like this one. Here we are. Just look at this glorious thing. It's enormous. I don't even know what it is. I found it just sitting there in the grass by the Cat-Kiss gate, like a fat lost cat. I thought maybe it was a child's toy. But who would make something so beautiful for a child? It moves. The circles rotate. They all rotate. You push one and everything rotates. Why would you want that? I don't know. I was hoping you might be able to twist here and squeeze in there and pop. No? Well, no matter. I'd rather you didn't break it. I don't see any inscriptions. I've been over it with my glass. I couldn't find any either. You want me to find out where it came from? What a good idea. It's so unusual I don't know who I'd find to trade it with anyway. But maybe if you find where it came from, you could let me know. I've picked up a few more items you might be interested in. Nothing that compares, I'm sure. You showed me a feast and feed me corn. It's page from a book dating from the Ioxan Empire. I could acquire that in a junkyard. You aren't dealing with a gutter rat trader here. Please stop. Anything more? Consider another time when my eyes are recovered. By the way, Tappy. How are the Elborathians weathering things? Has it been so long since you were here? Why does it sound so loud? Now it's too quiet. Perhaps it has. Anyway, suffering is stable. Our suffering is stable for the moment. How's business? It never booms. Somehow we all get by. Yeah, you suck. See you later, Tappy. Wait. Gotta check his stuff more. Look after yourself out there. Do you think there's anything in his place? Are you in one piece? Still have all your teeth? We have a few new artifacts to trace. We found evidence of a location of pre-Empire site. Perhaps we should return to the ship now, mistress. Hells no. Soon, not yet.
Cabinets glinting with gold and polished glass.
Oh, yeah, you don't visit me nearly enough. I've forgotten the color of your eyes. Would you like a closer look? Ah. Now then. You had me for a moment there. How's life in Iox anyway? As sterile as ever? That's a good word for it. You've always been too untidy for that place, and too proper for this one. You don't seem to have anything, huh? Not up there, a man must have his secrets. Yeah, you're too shady. I'm leaving. See you later, Tappy. Don't be a stranger to us now. Let's go visit our friend Oreo. I lost a robot here once. Which one? 3. That was its name. 1 minute it was with me, the next... I will be vigilant, mistress. 3 wasn't the sharpest of tools. I'm surprised I got as much for it as I did. Mistress is teasing me.
On Elbereth, you could buy anything for any purpose.
Strong as oxen, dependable. Cheap. Mistress? What is this lady selling? It's a work market. Workers? You must have known 6. Yes, mistress, but knowing something exists and witnessing it have different effects on my programming. Everyone's programming is like that. Have you been here before, mistress? I grew up here. Now come on. We lost Furwet. Me? Don't see another Farwet here. And you brought him. McMee? You got keen eyes, trader. Ah. Soapstone still has a spark. Tell me, Soapstone. Who are you to bring Makiki down here? What good are the metal things to anyone? Perhaps you're hoping to start a riot? What's wrong with you? Did someone cut out your heart when you were a baby? Ah, you're fearless, aren't you? I'd like you if you weren't such a Sheila. Better that than what you are. Oh. This is my job, my profession. My mother did it, father before her. It's how I put food on my table. Your kind won't be happy till only the Makiki can eat. If you go out of business, I won't shed a tear. And neither will the people you have in chains. Farwet. Yes. I heard one of your laborers was injured. Accidents happen. There's nothing wrong with my stock. How did it happen? Carelessness. And I'm never hiring to an Ioxen again. I'm not an Ioxen. Of course you are. You're a Makiki trailing that with a Makiki at your heels. An Ioxen hired workers from you and broke one of them. Do you know who it was? He called himself Renba. Friend of yours, is he? He's not welcome here. Was Renba a customer? You know perfectly well he was. You can tell him I won't be intimidated. What did Renba do? Brought one of my men back with a broken arm. I chased him out of the yard. I want to talk to the man Renba brought back. You want to hire one of my stock? What's the laborer's name? Whatever you like. Just tell me what Renba hired the man for. How would I know? I bound his arm. I didn't listen to his stories. How much to ask him some questions? Listen, Sahila. Your oxen friend shattered my man's broken arm into 100 little bits. Bits swimming around inside his skin like hungry maggots. He's never gonna work again. Like his leather, you're the last chance he's got to earn himself a meal. So pay your dues. Name a price. Let's see what you brought. I have full of jewelry and weapons. I don't want to trade with you. You suck. Pity. Come back when you're feeling more generous. Why don't your laborers escape? Don't be so disgusting. They aren't captives. Besides, where would they go? Go back to Tappy's, go get that sword. Come on in. Are you happy with that robot of yours? I could probably adjust it a bit. Can you change the primary user? These things run off their course, but I'm told you can swap them out fairly easily. You're not lobotomizing my robot. It isn't yours, but it could be. Think about that. Anyway, bear it in mind. I want to trade with you, dumbass. Give me that sword. He like offers me once and he doesn't like fucking do it again. This place looks terrible. See you later, Tappy. May your steps stay steady. Stop hassling me. Maybe you gotta offer the brooch or whatever. So the crystals come from the site. Must have been mined during period. Must be evidence that work left or some artifacts from connected sites. Good faith to you. How goes things? Well enough, thank you. Good faith to you. What now? I'll hire that worker from you. I have what you want. Let's see what you're offering. For jewelry and weapons. I'm not going to offer the brooch. The goods are worthless to you. Dagger. Let you take this. That was very nice. But I'll need more to cover it. Do you know how old the dagger is? So it is weak, fragile. Your price is too high. Very well. You have a deal. Handed over the dagger. Though this barely covers the man's worth. Yahtzee, get out here. I know miracles happen. What time is it? Creature buyer. Mistress, please. Good faith and greetings to you. My kiss. My name is Laya. I just want to ask you a question. You can go. Go where? I don't think anybody will hire me as I am now. How did you break your arm? We were using a winch to raise up a broken rock. The winch had been strung together from a few poles. Big hook someone found. It was too much rock. The whole thing keeled over sideways. I jumped out of the way. Not far enough. What were you digging that needed a winch? A hole, mistress. Very deep hole indeed. Where were you digging? Somewhere in Elborth? No. Away. Away where? We sailed to a moon. Elborth was visible in its skies. There was nothing there, but he made us dig. We found something. Can you find Renba's moon again? I think so. I think so, yes. But not on a map. I will need to fly with you. You want to go back there? No, never. But I see you do, and I will help you. What was he looking for? What did he find? Do you know? I do not know. I was hurt before he found anything. What did you dig up for Renba? I do not know. We had just uncovered a spar of wood, and then the winch fell on me. I was brought back here. Wood, not metal. No, not robots then. Let's go back to the ship. We can talk there. Are you ready to go yet? Yeah, sure. Let's do it. Stand still, mistress. We'll come back to Elborth later. With new leads for a new site. Yazi claims he can find his way back to the moon while Renba is working. We should sail to Iox and tell Maris what he's seen. I'm sure she wants to see the crown. Are you sure you can find this moon, Yazi? Quite certain. I could find the place where Oxen has working. My kiss, without me, I do not think you would ever find it. Let's go then. Sailing to Rinba's dig site. Should all Ioxans get given robots? Lycus? Are they attached to you as children, perhaps? What makes you ask that? Master Rinba had one for a time as well. He brought it to the market on Elbereth when it's hired. All robots look the same to me. I do not know how you tell them apart. Our data suggests from dig site is close at hand. Six, what happened to the river? I do not know, mistress. We are hardly sailing, but we are moving. Is that it? What we're looking for? Yes, let's look around. The moon Yukazi led to us seems desolate enough.
We trudged across the surface of a tiny moon.
Guy's arm is super broken.
Nothing but dust and towering stone.
Is this the place? This is it, Micus. It's quite remarkable, mistress. This place is actually worse than Elboreth. Much worse. My meek. Why did Rimba dig here? Yazi. Can't be anything to find. No one's ever lived here. There's no organic matter in the soil, mistress. I would suggest this moon has always been as you see it now. I do not know what he was looking for. I only know that he found it and he left. There's something up ahead. What's that by the waters?
There were tents, carts, ropes and platforms. Remba must have had an army working here. And yet he had left it all behind. Just like that.
The pit we dug is within. and is deep. So all this was built before Rimbo went to Marseille. Rimbo must have found something here, something that led him onto the cyclones. The rope and brooch, perhaps? But how did he find this place? Can't have just stumbled across it. And why was he looking for anything anyway? Heavy-duty cart for transporting rubble. We dug deep into the rocks below. There's something etched into the metal. Ooh, more symbols. This is the end of a longer text. Day. 4. I can add my translation for day to my dictionary now. I'm not seeing anything even close to the second word. Day is day 1 for work. I don't know. Day 1 for work. This is heavy equipment. Where did I get all this from? From Borth, I suppose. I would suggest it comes from a mine or a quarry. I believe it is itself old. How long did all this take? I don't know, Micus. Use workers in shift, a few weeks, and then change. The work was hard, the air here's thin. But what was he looking for? Why go to all this effort? He did not say. And I was no longer here when he found it. Whatever it was. Carving. Borithans carve ancient symbols for luck. I don't think they know what they mean. Hold. Maybe ended, because it kind of looks like death. Stone? I don't know. That will do for now. A request for strength. Added by builders to keep buildings safe. Writing seems like magic to those who can't read. If you go inside, Micus, you will understand. There's an opening somewhere. Just there. Tied up from the outside. My scanner does not suggest there's anyone inside. And as I told you, they all left. The knot's old. Hard to there. I'll wait for you here. 6. Why don't you wait with Yazi? I would be delighted to, mistress. Please do not do anything dangerous in there.
Darkness. An enormous pit had been cut into the rock below. It must have taken days to do. Weeks even.
What could be down here to be worth all this? For the lights, perhaps? Let's see now.
Wooden walkways spiraled down, held together by ropes and luck. You could tell this place was built by Elberethians.
This whole thing feels oddly like walking into a trap. Walkways poised to collapse, a pit big enough to hold an eagle. Rinba, I really wish you were... I wish I knew what you were playing at. No choice then. The only way to understand a trap is to trigger it. Another inscription. This one's several words. Rock. I'm sure my translation for rock is right now. Strong. Strong as rock. I guess this is what crushed Yazi's arm. They rebuilt it, kept on working. Lifting equipment, but not very good lifting equipment. Here goes. This board seems weaker than the others. I go by the waters, I go by the waters. Ha! Made it. Here goes. Oh no. By all the waking waters. That was a little close. Not that way then. This plank was loose. Could probably drag it. I'm sure I can do this. This is going to work out fine. With luck, that should hold. If 6 could see me now. Here goes nothing. Look at that puzzle action go. I'm like a master. Hope I'm not stuck down here. Certainly something buried down here, but I can't make out what. Something, an edge. And another ladder. Can't really see anything. Piles of cloth. Strong canvas. It's sailcloth. By the waters. This thing down here. It's a boat. I imagine it intact. An enormous hull, multiple sets of sails. How does it end up here? Whoops. Ow. I tripped on something. But I'm alright. I wonder what Yazi and Six are up to. Whatever I tripped over, I can't find it now. They dug up as far as they can. Underneath the supports. Yazu was right. Whatever was running this place didn't care much for safety. A wooden spar. Inset with metal rings for ropes. Is there nothing down here? Another plank. Longer than the ones higher up. Well, here goes. There. Bits of metal. Fittings, eyelets, hooks, spare parts, and something else. Something here. A book. I would estimate it's the dates from the earliest days of the nebula. Some writing on the inside cover. There's a few words in this one. Future. I think future must be right. Let's see. Road of future. Blessing of future. Source of future travel. Future knowledge. Does source of future travel work? I don't think I've seen anything with this kind of paper before. Which means I think this comes from somewhere we didn't have any inkling of. Another generator. Let's see what's down here. There we go. What is that? Well, it held the first time. Oh no! Oof. Ouch. Guess that's a health bar. I'm glad no one saw that. There's some cloth here. It broke my fall. A metal ring. It's a hatch. And it's etched with symbols in ancient. Going to have to guess the whole thing. Could be heavens, I suppose. Carry circles from... I don't know. Heaven's Eye? Who knows? Could still change my mind, but... Carry circles from Heaven's Eye. I peered down into a dusty, gloomy space. Maybe I can just... There's something here. I found something. Some kind of glass? No, crystal. There's no inscription here. This is one of the end of the fractured fragments. I got nothing. I'm convinced my translation for winds is correct now. Winds of... I don't know, starlight? Sounds like the name of a ship. Like the name of a ship. But I've never seen a ship this big. Yeah, it's pretty big. I've been down here long enough. Cross the plank. Move the plank back. Lay the plank. Cross back. Not going back down there again. That's right. Mistress, you've returned. In one piece. I'm glad to hear it. Mistress, you may have observed that Yazi is no longer here. He explained I should wait for you in case you cried out for help. Which way did he go? Around the back of the tent, mistress. He did not explain his purpose. Climbing sand will be quite exhausting. You just let him wander off? I'm not a prison guard, mistress. Besides, he's your employee. Well, if we really want to know what Rebna is doing, we should follow Yazi. He knows more than he told us. This is steep, mistress. And the air is poor. It's a camp. Yazi, show yourself. Ioxen. Who are you? My name doesn't matter. I'm leaving. Just like your Ioxen friend did. You're one of the workers. When he packed his workers back onto a ship, he did not bother to count them. There's space for all of us on the Nightingale. You cannot trust Ioxens. We're leaving now. With your ship. Without you. Someone will come for you, I am sure. Oh, damn. You won't be able to fly my ship without me. Bother waters and stones. You think everyone on Elboreth has just two left thumbs? We shouldn't waste any more time. You have been here too long already. We can all leave together. Let me take you to Iox. I can find you work, a place to live. We will not live in your debt. Do not try to stop us. Remember, he drove us to this. Curse his name out. 6. Stop them. How exactly, mistress? I'm not an attack dog. But if I may, I believe we should leave this moon swiftly. Have you done something to the Nightingale? Nothing, mistress. But I do suggest we remove it. I will activate the hopper now. So we left the camp and returned to the ship. Damn, that's cold. We just left those motherfuckers there. We returned to the ship and sprang up into the water. We should sail to Iox and tell Maria what she's seen. I'm sure she wants to see the crown. I think I can see them. I can see Yazi's limp. What do we do about those two down there, 6? We can't just leave them. I can hop her down and retrieve them, mistress. Do you think they'll try to overpower me? Steal the ship? The man only has one functional arm, mistress. I would say the odds are even or better. Alright, go down and get them. Really, mistress? You You came back for us. Let me make something clear right now. You try anything, I will toss you overboard. Don't start with the my kiss again. What are we going to do with you? There is nowhere in the nebula for us. On Elbereth, we are slaves. I will have to return to the market. I am owned. I'm taking you to Iox. Is he there? Rebna's dead. Renba's dead. His ship blew up inside a dust cloud. Very well then. 6, chart our course. At least you are safe, Sia. No one is ever safe, Yahtzee. Yes, mistress. We should go back to this fucking dig site is what we should do. There's probably more shit there. I decided to take Yahtzee and Sierra to Iox and hope they can find something to do there. Why didn't Jan just use robots for the dig? Must have taken forever to excavate that moon. I believe the answer is obvious, mistress. I don't care if the rivers are strong or weak, dumb robot. It doesn't matter to me. Renba told me he was looking for an observatory. Mistress, I was not aware of this. He found a boat. And what is an observatory? Renba didn't find anything except for the boat? He found something inside the boat. An artifact, a telescope, I think. Once he found it, that was when he left. He barely even tied up the tent. Why would a roboticist want a telescope? Why would he leave me to die? I did not ask. Set us down, 6. We should tell the professor what happened to Renba. Yahtzee and Sia. I hopper them directly to the lower level, mistress, so as to be less conspicuous. Good job. Keep those peasants away from the high-class people. 6. Remember the empty tripod I found on the Emperor's last hideout in the Cyclones? I wonder if it had held a telescope like the one Sia said Renba dug up. What if Jan was collecting the telescopes? Observatories, telescopes. There must be a connection. If the scopes were perhaps in communication with each other, mistress, and that Renba enabled Renba to locate one from another, then perhaps their connection to the observatory might be fairly similarly traceable. Here's what I don't understand about Renba. 6. What makes a roboticist take up treasure hunting? What got him started? A robot, mistress? The scope Renba found in the buried boat led him to the hideout. The scope he found there might have led him on, but then his ship exploded. If there was only one way to find out where if there was only a way to find out where he was going. Let's see what the old wolf wants. Alea, you're back. I don't know if I want to ask what you found. Maybe you don't, Professor. It's not good news. I'm not a child. Just tell me what you saw. I could totally lie. Just say settled on Marseille. Joined an ancient cult. He's dead, Professor. His ship blew up as he tried to leave an off-river moon. Interesting. You're certain? We're quite certain, Professor. Is Shang around? I have no idea. Most likely, where else would he be? Professor, have you ever heard anything about an ancient observatory? That's a curious question. I found some kind of telescope fitting on the moon where Renba, well, I wondered what it might mean. I've never heard of an observatory, but maybe Renba found something. How about the crown? You don't give a shit about the crown anymore? Stupid game. Hey, I found the crown of the fucking, like, Lord Emperor, like, of on high. I'm not gonna show it to you, though. One last thing, Alaya. Tell me honestly, how are you finding your new companion? Are you working well together? It's only a robot, Professor. Robots are valuable things, Alea. I want to know immediately if anything happens to this one. I hope that's clear. There was something. Yes. On the hideout moon. Something went wrong with the hopper, and I found myself in a cave with a robot. He talked to me like Rimba. I think he was actually 6. You think Rimba left a message for you inside 6? The message wasn't for me. It was for you. What did he say? He told me a great darkness was coming. Professor, you must have known that Rimba was exploring the nebula. Known why? I did know, at first anyway. I'm sorry I didn't tell you, Alaya. Yes. You're not the easiest person to talk to about my beliefs. They were Rimba's beliefs too, you know. What beliefs? You understand the loop, Alea. Even if you deny it, you understand that everything which happens will happen again. And everything which happens has happened before. What does that have to do with Rimba? The fall, Alea. Iox fell, Alea. The empire collapsed. Our protectorate is the empire of old, and the fall will come again. And if we are not ready for it, we will not survive it. And Rimba was investigating the fall? That's correct. That's what Rimba was doing for me out there, and Rimba found something inside one of his robots. Found what? I don't know. The robot told him something. Sent him to dig up something on a moon near Alboreth. He hired laborers from Alboreth Marcus to do the work. And then I heard nothing until he sent me that brooch. But the robot knew about the fall, Leia. The robots know everything. The robots might know, but they can't remember. 6 barely remembers being rewoken. The robots have no memory of what came before. Before they were buried here, they were wiped clean, but I don't think a robot can truly forget. No more than a soul in the loop can be lost. The loop sustained all. What do you want me to do? The fall is coming, Alea, faster than we think. Find what Rimba found. We have to know what will happen. Rimba discovered the last Emperor's body. He died without returning to the rivers. Did you see the body? No. I think Rimba must have lost his mind before the end. Perhaps he blew his own ship up. Good faith, Leia. Good faith to you, Professor. You didn't tell her about the crown. How curious. An oversight, no doubt. Well, I was trying to. It's not like it came up. Thanks, 6. Do you like the other robots, 6? I have not spent much time with them. That's avoiding the question. I suppose it is, mistress. I cannot think of how to answer the question truthfully. Time to depart, mistress. Not just yet. I've dug on scores of moons, 6. You know, I've never found robots buried in any of them. Only on Iox. I assume we were stored here. In case we were needed. In case you're needed for what? Following me around? I'm unsure why Professor Mayara considers you important enough to have a robot, mistress. I do not know why Mayari needs them to give them anyways. Unless she's trying to get rid of them. Where's my friend Wang, or whatever his name is? Look at this place, 6. It's like a haven of light. The one clean place in the whole nebula. I'm sure Professor Mayari will be most keen to see the Crown Mistress. I don't want to part with it. It is a wonderful piece. But the professor will be most impressed, I'm sure. She doesn't even believe in history. Think of what we might learn from it. What Myra doesn't know can't hurt her. Do I understand that you are stealing the crown? Look at this thing, 6. Did you know that it's the oldest thing on Iox? Or so they say. Evidently, it's said to be a sundial mistress. More inscriptions. I know one of these words, I'll guess the rest. Empires, empire, light. Never. Shines here, maybe. Empire's light shines here. I wonder if anyone knew that was there. Touch it. It's so ugly. That seems harsh to me, mistress. It's pleasurable functionality. Was the sundial made here? Naturally, mistress. Curiously enough. Why is that curious? Seems this sundial could have never worked, mistress. At least not in this location. No light. I suspect whoever positioned it here did not realize how it was intended to function. How do you know how the sundial is intended to work? It's apparent from the design, mistress. A child could comprehend it. Don't know where my other friend is.
The library is a quiet spot to think. Except when Huang's in there. Which, of course, he always is.
Oh, yeah, you're back. Did you fight Rinba? Let's just say he's not coming back. Really? Did he go native on some wild moon? I've heard there are places out there where people get up to all sorts of things. He's dead, Huang. Are you sure? Quite sure. Sorry to hear that. I didn't know him, but professors... they're supposed to die in soft chairs watching the fountain. How old are these books of yours? Some are really old. But not, not ancient. They date back to the first Empress or so. I discovered a book you might enjoy. Let's see now. There's an inscription. I read it as "Gods will bless you." But why aren't there any books older than the first Empress? I don't know. There just aren't. I know you found older. About Rinba. Did you tell Mayari already? Why? Oh, no reason. Just interested in how she'd take it, that's all. Since you went off looking for him, I began to wonder if they were closer than I'd realized. I don't always notice these things, Well, I told her. How did she take it? She seemed almost indifferent. Really? I always thought she didn't like him. He always got the worst rooms, The post-lunch lecture slot and the smallest desk. Maybe she was interested in something else. Rinba was doing some interesting exploration when he died. You have such a scheming mind, Alea. I found something you might want to look at. Let's see now. This is ancient. I mean, truly ancient. Where did you find it? Can you read it? No, definitely not. I mean, I don't think so. Isn't that exciting? There's an inscription. I read it as "Source of Future Travel." I don't agree with the word "source" in this. Look there at that small tick mark. That might be a glyph for association. That doesn't fit with "source." Let's see what the alternatives we have are. Road. Book. Does Book of Future Travel make any more sense? Thanks, Juan. Do you know of anything about an ancient observatory? An observatory. That's interesting. I mentioned... Did you ever go there? There's an observatory there? Not quite. I was on Rinkai recently. I know, me, on a boat. You should have seen me. I turned green. What did you do that for? I've got my secrets, Alea. The curators let me take a few things and trade. Anyway, on the boat there was a trader called Amdu. He was talking pretty expansively, if you understand me, about something he'd found. He called it, well... You asked me about observatory. That's what Amdu said he found. Well, I've followed worse leads before. About Remba. Do you know what he was doing out there in the nebula? I didn't know him. That's not what I asked. Alea, are you alright? You seem shaken up. I just want to know what's going on. It doesn't make any sense, any of it. Why did he go out there? Why did Mayara send me out there? Did you find where he went? I did, and I found more than him. If Mayari wanted something recovered, she should have asked me in the first place. I find things, and then sell them on. I mean, don't you? That's what I heard. Thanks, Juan. I found something Renba discovered near Aborth. Oh, yes? It was a ship. Underground. How did it get there? I have no idea. I also don't know how he found it. Do you have any idea? None at all. None. Read anything good recently? I've been indexing mostly. I've uncovered something you might be interested in. It's an inscription. I read it as Pilgrim in Death. I'm not convinced by your use of death here. I agree. Pilgrim and... I don't know, stranger? I doubt that's a symbol for God. Thanks, Juan. Guess I'm done talking to you. See you later. See you soon. Loser. Are you ready to go now, mistress? Yeah, let's get the hell out of here. This way. And so we left. The transparent people. We returned to the ship and sprang into the water. I was thinking about that boat Renba found, and found a fragment of it anyway. The Empire never used ships that large. And it was too old, too long buried. We have never discovered ships like that before. This changes our history 6. There must have been a whole age before the Empire, when ships like great whales crawled the rivers, carrying things from one moon to another. Trading, mistress? Most likely. An age of sail, before the Empire was founded. Before the Empire locked down the nebula. Age of sail site. Tell them you can't go back to this one. Alright, well, that's a good stopping point. There's places to travel. Alright, see you next time.